Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I posted a video a minute ago with a guy, Danilov, from Ukraine, who made some statements regarding taking Ukraine, Crimea from Russia and get it back to Ukraine at once, but he didn't provide any evidence or any reasons how, or I don't know, some facts to support his claim, like how they're going to be doing that. Therefore, I was making a point that he's he just say things and without knowing how to reason and how to debate or how to make a point. If I claim something, I have to bring evidence to support my claim. That's, as I said, started with the Greeks and about 2,500 years ago. Or 2,400 years ago. At that time, some people were still, looking around and waiting for God to come with his thunder or whatever. But the Greeks thought otherwise. Nevertheless, I said that I will use another example. I use some examples about Romania and the thugs that were and are in charge of the country right now. And now I'm going to talk about Zelensky, how he's going to argue about a point that he makes in the same way as Danilov did in the previous article, and some other people from which I had more expectations, but I was disappointed, and I'm going to mention them as I go here with this article. This article comes from Business Insider from June 28, 2022, and this is the article's title. Zelensky says Russia bombed a shopping mall because seeing Ukrainians try to live a normal life made it angry. Probably make him angry, or made it angry, the Russian angry. So I'm going to read it at once. Zelensky says Russia bombed the shopping mall because seeing Ukrainians try to live a normal life made it angry. Okay, all right. Well, doesn't sound familiar. They hate our way of life. Remember, they hate us. They hate our freedom. They hate our way of life. Remember that? Remember, I can tell you exactly when it was. Not in September 11, in September 12, 2011. That's when they started with this BS. Oh, why did they hit us? Why would they do that? I got the answer. Because they hate our way of life. Yes, that must be it. Because those guys want to live like us, but they can't, so they are jealous or something. Or maybe we don't let them live the way they want to live. Which one is it? All right, so let's see how Zelensky argues about Russians hating their way of life, their way of being happy and living a normal life. The same thing. Why? Because it's the same audience, the same 13-year-old teenage audience level. That's how it is. Below 86 IQ. This is it. Russia bombed the Ukrainian mall and it was angry. Russia bombed a Ukrainian mall as it was angry at people trying to live a normal life, Zelensky said. Do you think that those guys thought like this? Is it impossible? No, it's not impossible. Is it likely? If that would be likely, he would not be alive, Zelensky. Ukraine would be razed and atomic bombs would have been used so far. That's what I think would happen. But since they did not raise Kiev, they dropped maybe 20 missiles since the beginning of in 4 months and a half or something, maybe 50 rockets, and it's not like a big rockets that destroy half of the city, okay? So if they were like this and hating Ukraine so much, they would have sent a clear nuclear bomb over Kiev and Zelensky would be burned a long time ago. But they have some self-restraint, it seems like, somehow. So Zelensky, again, he thinks and he knows that he's talking with people below 86 IQ, like those guys in September 11, September 12, after they figured out what to say. 2011, they said 2001. What am I talking about? 2001. Time passes. They say the same thing. Why? Because they knew that works with the audience, and they knew the audience will accept that as a reason. That's what. And let's see what else he says here. I don't think he's going to justify. That's all I need to say, because the rest is going to be BS. But let's see. More than 1,000 people were inside during the strike, and at least 18 people are dead, officials said. Russians said, well, we hit a hall or whatever it was next to it with arms from Europe and blah, blah, blah. We destroyed that one, and that caught fire and so on. I don't know. Okay? They all lie, that's for sure, but I know who lies here. I couldn't figure it out yet. I think both lie by omission and by exaggeration. There were missiles hit over there? Certainly. Did they hit the next door building? Possible. Did they hit the mall? Possible. Did they catch fire from the building next door? Possible. Did they hit purposely the mall? Possible. Everything is possible. It's just the proportionality. All right, but again, why would they hit that? The shopping mall with civilians. Zelensky gave us the answer. Because they're angry at people trying to live a normal life. Why didn't do this 2 years ago? He could have done it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago, a month ago. Why only now? But I'm trying to reason using logic and, try to be objective, ask questions like, ancient Greek. And he's talking like, oh, the pigs run into the sea, and they ran into the sea. A miracle. It's a bush on fire. A miracle. Oh, he talks like that, and I talk differently. Nevertheless, let's go back here. Zelensky said the mall posed no threat to the Russian army. That's true, and had no strategic value. That's true. So then what could be the only conclusion? That they are evil, like Hitler. Hitler, the same thing. He was pure evil, so don't try to even look at any, doesn't make sense. I mean, anything that he did, it starts from this. He was evil, therefore, this is the conclusion. Same. Putin is evil, therefore, what do you expect? I mean, this is the only justification you're supposed to get. President of Ukraine, Zelensky, said Russia fatally a shopping center, probably hit a shopping center because it was angry that Ukrainians were trying to live a normal life. I heard this before. Again, sabotaging people's attempts to live normal life, which makes the occupiers so angry. If they would be angry, they would use different weapons, you piece of understanding. But, he said the mall had been no threat to the Russian army and had no strategic value. We agree with that. But I don't agree with your premises. I'm sorry. I mean, there are bad people, there are people. But if they really want to be bad, as I said, if they want to, fulfill the prophecy, they would, you want me to show you how it's to be bad? Then boom. And then the West will not do anything about it. Because let's say, I'm just saying, a scenario, hello. Let's say Russia tomorrow says, okay, let's launch about 20 or 30 nuclear weapons on Ukraine over all of it. Boom, boom, boom. What do you think happens next? I think everybody's going to be like, back off, get ready, back off, hey, don't move. I think that's going to happen. And they're going to say, Putin, are you done? We're ready. Are you done? So they have to talk. But should that happen? Should they get that point? Obviously the Russians are not. I don't think anything else will happen if they would be criminals like that. But they're not. They could do it. What do you think would happen? These guys are going to shoot the Russians, and the Russians are going to shoot them, and we're going to be the end of the world. Do you think that Biden, he's old, it's true that he doesn't really care, but do you think that other people who have families and are not 99-year-old or 1,000 years old, they don't want to die like this because, no? So they try to get they got to get to an understanding before they get to this craziness. So that's why, and I'm looking at many, many other crimes that some people committed, in the history. I'm thinking, and they're portrayed like worse than I think they were, or better than I think they were, because that's how it is, You look at, for instance, Clinton and think he's fantastic. Well, he's not. By international law, he should be tried and as a criminal of war because of Yugoslavia. There was it was an illegal bombardment of a sovereign country by an alliance, and Clinton and Tony Blair did it illegally. That was a war crime right there. And they are all revered, and even Tony Blair was knighted, I think, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, whatever. Good job, yeah, bravo, bravo, bravo. And the other one is revered wherever he goes. Really? But this is the world we live in, and you call that guy evil. Okay, he's evil, but if he's evil by those standards, let's take the standards and apply them to this guy. He's as, you know what I mean? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and they is because they hate our way of life. That's the reason. Ciao.